Right now, some major development. Right about now, President William Ruto has released the final batch of the names that he proposes to be selected as the new cabinet secretaries. This is just a week after he disbanded his whole cabinet office, and now it has come as a shock because some of the names that Ruto has announced today are some of the names that he had also last week announced that he had fired from office. And some of these names include the likes of Kipchumba Murkomen, who is back in the cabinet. Yes, now you remember Murkomen was working as the cabinet secretary for roads and transport before being sacked by President William Ruto. However, he gets to get back into the cabinet, but this time he is coming back as the cabinet secretary for sports. Yes, Kipchumba Murkomen has been nominated the cabinet secretary for sports, and also we have Alfred Mutua coming back as the cabinet secretary for labor. Opiyo Wandayi has been nominated as the cabinet secretary for energy, while Hassan Joho, yes, Hassan Joho, a name that has caused a lot of discussions online, has been nominated as the cabinet secretary for mining. John Mbadi of the ODM has come in to the cabinet as the cabinet secretary for treasury. Then we have the cabinet secretary for cooperatives is Wycliffe Oparanya. Then Rebecca Miano returns as the cabinet secretary for tourism, while Justin Muturi, you remember he was the speaker fired in the first, he has come back as the cabinet secretary for public service. That is the list that President William Ruto has just announced right about now, and Kenyans are not liking whatever Ruto has done right about now, because you remember last week when the president announced the new cabinet returning back to office, the likes of Aden Duale and the cabinet secretaries like we saw Soyan Tuya and which other person, I remember they were Kithure Kindiki. Kenyans were not so happy with that, and they took to the streets to demonstrate on Tuesday, which was yesterday, coming against Ruto's government and his administration. Now, giving his the state address, he said, and I quote, "I have heard you, and I have heard you clearly." President William Ruto said after 6 weeks of protest, naming corruption as the foremost national concern for Kenyans. And now this is quite the ironic, because you remember in rallies, Ruto accused foreigners and the likes of Ford Foundation saying they were sponsoring anarchy and violence, as was seen from the youth of the country. Now, following his new announce or his new declarement to the public, announcing the likes of John Mbadi, who we clearly saw was in the opposition, the likes of the likes of Wycliffe Oparanya, the likes of Hassan Joho, it has really come as a very heartbreaking news for Kenyans, because Kenyans wanted new changes. People wanted a new cabinet, not just a reshuffle of the people who have been in government. They just go out, come back again, and we know that they don't do their job. And Kenyans are really not entertained by whatever President William Ruto is doing in appointing his new cabinet, because you remember the likes of Eric Omondi have been pushing for President Ruto to choose a cabinet that will have the face of Kenya, choose some of the qualified people, because we have so many people working in industries like the boda industry who are qualified people, but the president has just decided to elect the same politicians we see in and out each and every day. So thus I'll just check back some of the reactions from people. PK Selassie says Murkomen back as a cabinet secretary, and on top of it President William Ruto adds Joho. seems Ruto is enjoying maandamano. Sylvester said on X, Ruto anasema yeye ndio president, wengine mjidishi. That's some of the reactions from Kenyans. And also we have Kadijo who said this I'm trying just to look for the tweet. This is genius coming from Ruto. Did he just consolidate the big 4 tribes in Kenya into one basket? It's a long con game. 2027 is his goal here. Yes, there are some of people who believe that Ruto has decided to give some members of the opposition the roles in parliament, eyeing on the 2027 presidential election, because Kenyans have made it clear that they don't want him. Okay, let me just stop that call. Kenyans have made it clear that they don't want the president to continue his work. Many are calling for him to resign from the government, but you see him appointing members of the opposition. You see him appointing some people who we did not think we will see them back in the government, were it not for President William Ruto. Yes, that is the latest that has happened right about now. I would like to know what's your opinion on this, guys. What do you think of the new cabinet that has been proposed by President William Ruto? Because the people feel that Ruto should have listened to Kenyans. He has given us another reason why the Gen Z, the millennials, everybody who feels oppressed by this government will go back to the streets and protest on this. Rodi on X says, this is proper middle finger on our faces, bro. Murkomen was even the reason people called for the dissolving of the cabinet. Why would you get him back? Come on, man. Yes, that is an angry person there on X, very angered by what Ruto has done today, because Anifa, you know Anifa, she has been championing for the Gen Z. She says, history ya cabinet ni kama sisi ndio tulimsaidia. It's like he took it as a chance to create his new and old corrupt cabinet. Oh my goodness. Yes, another person said, Oliver Madenge says, additional cabinet nominees, ODM rips from Ruto Raila engagement with Joho, Mbadi, Wandai and Oparanya joining government. Some of the reactions here, I'm just reading them from X. We'll just try and look what people are saying. Let me see. Yes, of course, today you remember the Kenya Airports Authority made it clear that they had received an offer from an Indian company to lease the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport for 30 years. Yes, those were some of the accusations that were labeled against the former cabinet secretary of roads and transport, Kipchumba Murkomen. And today the Kenya Airports Authority coming out and making it clear that it is indeed true that there was some business that was going on between the government of Kenya and that company of Indians. It really makes it a shameful act from President William Ruto to return back such a cabinet secretary who Kenyans were not really wanting to see back in office. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We'll be keeping tabs on whatever is happening here, and because we want to see more reactions, because Raila Odinga, you remember today he posted something, say that he wants any member of ODM of not going to join the government, and we are just now seeing that President William Ruto has appointed some key members of ODM into the cabinet. Thank you for watching.